Hello folks, how's it going? Welcome back to a one-off Astral Dismay video where I want to go on ahead and give everyone a recap of what you expect for the Tidal Dominion update. If you didn't catch my stream last week, this video will just essentially be like a summary of everything that I have seen in gameplay. There is a lot to cover, so I don't want to drag on this intro too much and just jump straight into what you can expect or what I've at least seen on stream for the Tidal Dominion update that is releasing tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. I'm a little bit late to recording this video. Oops. Anywho, let's just go on ahead and immediately start off with the new subjects that are coming to this update. You all know there are 3 new subjects. This was released in a teaser a while ago. We've got Caspian, Grady, and Lydia. Caspian is an octopus captain that can stun enemies with his anchor. Whenever you activate the ability, you swing around the anchor first and you have to manually click on the entity you are targeting to actually stun them, and the entities that you hit are stunned for 4 seconds. You can hit multiple entities with your anchor, which is pretty cool, but Caspian also has a passive where if he drops below 50 HP, he gets several buffs. More specifically, his active ability stun duration is doubled, his cooldown is decreased by 15 seconds, and the incoming damage is decreased by 60% as well. So he basically becomes a tank when he drops below half HP. Now Caspian is the character that you will have to grind for. You will have to get 100% Siren Research, which is the boss entity that is coming that we will talk about later. Now Grady is an agile crocodile and he is specialized in speed and stealth. He is a little bit stupid and you will have to manage your stamina quite a bit with this guy, but the speed definitely makes up for his rather terrible stamina. And if the speed wasn't enough for you, surely his ability is. He is able to place traps on the ground to catch entities, and whenever an entity triggers the trap, not only will they be stuck in that trap for 3 seconds, they will also be highlighted to the entire team so that they all know that entity just got stuck. Now last but definitely not least is Lydia right here. She is an all-rounder subject because her stats are all 3 out of 5. And what she does is she can enter like her own perceptive mode, her like own unique mode after completing a task. While she is in perceptive mode, she can block an entity's attack and benefits from an increased speed while she is in that mode. Perceptive mode lasts for either 30 seconds or until the block is used up. And those are the 3 new subjects in a nutshell, really. Not only do we get these 3 new subjects, most existing subjects also get new cosmetics. Eladio, Gwen, Ryu, Sable, Zara, and Celine are confirmed to have new cosmetics, and I'll show them one by one on the screen as I'm talking about these. And there is supposedly a new cosmetic for Zara as well that I couldn't find. We did on stream have a leading theory that this may be a Roblox cosmetic, so whatever that cosmetic is, we will find out when the update drops. Subjects aside, let's now move on to the actual gameplay stuff, because there's a bunch to talk about here. First things first, the new map, alright? Grim Water Swamp is what it's called. It is what the name entails, a huge swamp-like area that you can easily get lost in from experience. It has 3 variations so far that we discovered that vary greatly in size and land. The only way to get across to the, I guess I'll call them islands, is by walking over the logs that are connecting them. And the tasks are spread out quite well, so it will take a little bit to find them, where they may potentially be a little bit more hidden. Either way, this is a fantastic map. Otherwise, it'll make for some interesting dynamics as well with the entities that we will be talking about later. Speaking of the entities, this is something that we'll talk about right now. On stream, we discovered 5 entities, but there are 6 new ones in the Tidal Dominion update. So far, we have seen Predator, Parasite, Fallen, Wretch, and of course the new boss entity, Siren. Now, Predator is a rogue crocodile that crawls around quietly and makes himself small so it's hard to see him. It gets the jump on you when you get close enough to it. Parasite is a starfish lookalike entity that leeches onto entities for we don't know why yet. It switches between other entities from time to time if they are in the parasite's vicinity. Otherwise, I have no idea what it does yet. Then, of course, we have the Fallen, which is a statue that looks like a lady in a formal dress with wings on. Again, I have no idea what she does. Then we have the Wretch, who is a ginormous beast that marks places as danger around the map. Those places are struck with a dangerous AoE field surrounded by vines as the border. Standing still for too long in the marked areas allows vines to appear in the ground beneath and hurt you. And it does quite a significant amount of damage. So, whenever you see those areas, just either avoid them or just wait it out. Then, of course, we have the entity that we have no idea what it is. We haven't seen it on stream once at all. Moving on to the Siren, though, a gigantic mermaid-like entity. She is an intimidating foe that seeks to kill you with her power, song, and underwater friends. Siren is a boss with 3 phases where you progress through each phase as she loses health. Similarly to how Jester's fight works, you will have to fight back in order to survive. Phase 1 obviously starts at full health. Siren can fire song notes at you, she can summon her underwater friends to hurt you, and she also summons wandering song notes in to decrease your movement speed significantly. But you will also notice that as she summons in those song notes, there is also a red song note just jumping about the place. Interacting with a wandering red song note deflects it back to Siren, dealing 10 damage. When she eventually hits 70 HP, that is when phase 2 begins. Siren can send off shrieks to each third part of the map to deal a moderate amount of damage. She can also summon in whirlwinds to push you into the opposite direction and gather boulders to throw at the spot she marks out to hopefully get you. What you can do to fight back in phase 2 is push boulders into the whirlwind she spawns in. When you do so, you send a boulder back to Siren, dealing 5 damage. You keep doing this until she hits 40 HP. That is when she harnesses the power of the pearl and essentially goes crazy. Siren can now rapidly fire song notes at you, blast 2/3 of the map with her overwhelming power, but she can also unleash the pearl's energy to deal a deadly attack. When Siren is about to unleash that pearl's energy onto the arena, safety bubbles appear on the map. Interacting with a bubble as fast as possible will ensure your survival. And the way to deal damage to Siren is to let her unleash that energy. What it does is essentially kill herself, dealing 10 damage to herself after unleashing her wrath every time. Because the pearl's energy is too much for her to handle. So just stay alive until Siren eventually kills herself, hitting 0 HP to defeat her. Actually, going up against Siren yourselves in-game will prove to be quite a challenge. Not only do you get put into this 2D perspective, a lot is going on in the Siren boss battle. So knowing all this knowledge is one thing, but you must be able to execute this for yourself too. Now, there are also new tasks that you can find amongst the existing ones. You've got the circuit box, which requires you to copy the pattern of buttons 3 times to complete it. You also have the beacon generator that you have to find the beacon core for. You have to place the core into the generator to complete that task. There's also a few more items that we have discovered throughout the stream. You've got the gallon of water, which restores your stamina completely. The perceiver mask, which increases your stealth by 40% for 10 seconds. You've also got the stun baton, which stuns the nearest entity within range for 4 seconds. And Slowbo is a cute little robot that creates an AoE, slowing entities entities within range for about 30 seconds. There were also some other changes that we did discover throughout our gameplay, as well as reading on the homepage. All the existing subjects have had their faces updated. The ship map has also been given some improvements. The task icon is much more visible thanks to the outline that it has now. And the player dots now also display who's playing what character. The castle map also has received a new soundtrack. Ooh. Wait. Oh, that's a bob. So you can now pick up stuff. But you can also see you can drop them with X. Yeah, look at that. According to the update log on the home screen, there were also some various quality of life changes and bug fixes. Abilities were altered for Aaron, Gwen, and Sable, and the pause from Jester's wheel has also been removed. Now that is all I was able to discover on last week's stream. There's probably a few more bits and bobs of the Tidal Dominion update that we haven't discovered live. Now you may have noticed that I did not really talk about any of the new lore or the new chips that you can get in this update. And the reason for that is quite simple. The new chips and lore are new content you will have to uncover yourself. I was only allowed to show you the gameplay portion of this update, and I will continue to uphold that request. If you did pay attention in my stream, you will have seen me use a few of the new ones. I'll leave it up to you until tomorrow what they could possibly do. But that is all that we uncovered for the update tomorrow. Now, this video was a summary of what we learned together in the stream last week. So if you want to go on ahead and watch the entire VOD, I will leave a link to that stream in the description down below. I hope you are looking forward to the Tidal Dominion update in Astral Dismay. If you did end up enjoying this video, then make sure to let me know by hitting that like button down below. And of course, if you're new around these parts and want to see a bit more Astral Dismay from me in the future, then make sure to subscribe whilst you're at it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Take care, folks.
You lack the courage to truly do anything but whine. Wah, wah, wah.
The one thing, maintaining balance. If I left, everyone would have suffered the consequences of my own idiocy alone. Trusting a wreck like you.
Wait, what?
The worst of it is, they
Zara?
No fighting in the ship! Both of you! Hands to yourselves, now!
Wait, I'm so confused. What? Zara? You didn't hear anything. Wow, Zara. Have you been to voice therapy?